Welcome to Mad Cat English. Today's lesson is an introduction to comparative adjectives. My name is Maria and I'll be your teacher today, so let's get started. First, let's take a moment to review what we covered in our lesson on comparisons with as. We took the adjective hot and thought about our seasons, and we all agreed that summer is hot. Winter is not hot. So, to express this difference, we said winter is not as hot as summer. And again, this difference tells us that the subject of the sentence has less of the quality as the object of the sentence. However, there's another way to say this. We can also say summer is hotter than winter. And now, when we use this sentence pattern, the subject of the sentence has more of the quality than the object. In this case, hotter is what we call a comparative adjective. However, we need to watch out. Just be careful because we also looked at the adjective beautiful. And we said that spring is beautiful. But we also said that autumn is equally as beautiful. We expressed this in our sentence, autumn is as beautiful as spring. So right now it might be tempting to try to say, spring is beautiful than autumn. However, we cannot do this because when we use a comparative, the two things we are comparing cannot be equal. We can correct the sentence, however, if we say spring is more beautiful than autumn. However, keep in mind if you do this, you are then changing your idea and you are saying that spring has more of the quality of being beautiful than autumn. Okay, now let's look at our comparative forms of one-syllable adjectives. When we have a one-syllable adjective that ends in two or more consonants, all you need to do is add ER. So as we see, cold becomes colder, young becomes younger, small becomes smaller. Also, when you have one-syllable adjectives that have a long vowel sound with only one consonant at the end, it's also okay to simply add ER. So neat becomes neater, green, greener, cool, cooler. However, when you have one-syllable adjectives that have a single vowel and a single consonant, you need to add another consonant in order to protect that short vowel sound. So hot becomes hotter with two T's, big, bigger with two G's, thin, thinner with two N's. However, this rule does not apply to adjectives that end in W. Here you can simply add on ER. So new becomes newer, low, lower, slow, slower, all with a single W in the comparative form. We also have some adjectives that are one syllable that end in E. If they already end in E, simply add an R. So cute becomes cuter, safe, safer, true, truer. Now finally, we have some irregular adjectives. Good becomes better, bad worse. Far is either farther or further. Now these are all one-syllable adjectives. Get ready for the comparative forms of adjectives with 2 or more syllables. Now some adjectives with 2 syllables can actually go either way. You can simply add R or ER, or you can use more in front of the adjective. As we see here, we have gentle, already ends in E, so we simply add R, or we say more gentle. Quiet, we just add ER, quieter, or more quiet. Healthy, healthy ends in the letter Y, so we need to drop the Y and change it to I and then add ER, or simply say more healthy. Now there are many 2-syllable adjectives that simply require you to use more. Please notice that when you use more, the adjective itself does not change. We use the same rule with 3-syllable adjectives, and as well with 4-syllable adjectives. We also have many adjectives that end with ing. All of these ing adjectives use more, no matter whether it's 2 syllables, 3 syllables, or 4 syllables. Okay, now that we have an idea of what comparative adjectives are and what they mean, let's try it out. We are going to compare the pictured items using the comparative form of the given adjective. Our first one is funny, and let's compare comedy and mystery. Well, I think we can all agree comedy is funnier than mystery. But it's also possible to say comedy is more funny than mystery. Let's try it again with beautiful. The mountains, I think we can all agree, are more beautiful than the suburbs. Okay, now it's time to test our knowledge using comparative adjectives by editing and correcting the mistakes using comparative adjectives in the following sentences. New York City is more bigger than Seattle. Well, the correct way to say this is New York City is bigger than Seattle. Do not try to use more with adjectives that end in ER. You need to choose only one. Reading is relaxinger than working. The correct way to say this is reading is more relaxing than working. Please keep in mind that longer adjectives and adjectives with the ing ending always need to use more. My math skills are better than yours. The correct way to say this is my math skills are worse than yours. Please remember that adjectives like good, bad, and far have irregular forms in the comparative. Taking a shower is faster taking a bath. The correct way to say this is taking a shower is faster than taking a bath. Please always remember to include than when using comparatives. Okay, that was our brief introduction to comparative adjectives. I hope you enjoyed our lesson. My name is Maria. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments. Feel free to email me at madcatenglish@gmail.com or to write your questions in the comments below. And in the meantime, Mad Cat wishes you mad English. See you next lesson. Thank you.